So what is going on, guys? Welcome to another Garden Warfare 2 video. Today is another top 5 characters video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the engineers. Now, I'm going to put my hands up and say this is probably my least favourite character class in Garden Warfare 2. I'm not a fan of the engineer's weapon. The abilities are okay, but they're not the best in my opinion either. So just in general, this isn't my favorite go-to class. So I've definitely played the engineers the least in Garden Warfare 2. So the engineers, definitely not my favorite class. So my opinion is not going to be the same as those who really do enjoy the engineers. But anyway, let's get straight into today's video. So at number 5, we have the Sanitation Expert. This is the toxic variant for the Engineers class. Now, one thing you want to note about the Sanitation Expert is that he doesn't toxify plants when you walk next to them. So he actually has to use his weapon to be able to toxify them, unlike a toxic pea shooter. If that walks next to a zombie, it will toxify it or intoxicate it. The Sanitation Expert will not do this with the plant. So his weapon is called the Toxic Trash. He has a very slow rate of fire, but the damage is pretty decent. If you do get a direct hit, the damage is pretty decent. And of course, he does toxify the plants, so it's very good if there are multiple plants together, because if you can toxify them all and then get a few critical hits as well, you are going to be able to take out a lot of plants. So the number 5 spot is taken by the Sanitation Expert. The number 4 spot is taken by the Electrician. Now, I really liked this character in Garden Warfare 1. His weapon is called the Volto Blaster. He is the power variant for the Engineer class. So what this means is that if there are multiple plants together, they will kind of have arc or electric arcs will then go between the characters, and you will do damage to multiple ones. Now, his splash damage is only about 10, so that means that it's going to be even less on the enemy plants as well. The direct hits are 35, which is brilliant for the Electrician, but I just feel like if you're not very accurate with the Electrician, you're not going to get too many vanquishes. So not my favorite class in the Engineer class. Still a great character to play as, but you do need to be very, very accurate. So the number 4 spot is taken by the Electrician. The number 3 spot is taken by the Roadie Engineer. I love the design of this character. He carries an amplifier on his back, and he has some drumsticks on his ears as well, and just overall this character looks pretty awesome. Now, his weapon is called the Ear Eradicator. It's a brilliant name for his weapon because he actually fires sound waves at the plants, and this kind of stuns the plants and doesn't allow them to use their abilities when the Roadie is firing at the plant. So for example, there could be a kernel corn in front of you. If this Roadie Engineer goes right up to the kernel corn and starts firing his weapon at them, usually the kernel corn may think about using his shock shot or his husk hop, but because of his weapon and it stops the plants from using the abilities, he's not going to be able to do that. He can only use his primary weapon to try and take the Roadie out. So I just really love how this character is designed to affect the plants. And also, one other thing that is very unique with the Engineer, he actually has 150 health, because you actually need to go very close to the plant, so they give you that extra bit of health to be able to last that little bit longer. So the number 3 spot is taken by the Roadie Engineer. The number 2 spot is taken by the Painter. Now, he is more or less the sniper for the Engineer class. A direct hit for the Painter is very powerful. I believe it can deal 45 damage to the plants, which is just mind-blowing. 3 shots and you're going to be able to take out the pea shooter, the sunflowers, the cactus as well. You're going to be able to take out a lot of them with 3 direct hits. Now, the downside to the Painter is that he doesn't have much splash damage. Now, I think the splash damage does around 15 damage, but it needs to be very close to the plants, like literally right next to the feet, to be able to do damage. Any further away than that and it's not going to deal any damage to them at all. So the Painter, you need to be very accurate, but because you do get that 45 damage, it can be very powerful. So the number 2 spot is taken by the Painter. And the number 1 spot is taken by the Plumber. He is an all-round great engineer. He's got great damage if you hit the plants directly. I think it does about 30 or 35 damage for a direct hit. He's also got great splash damage, so you're actually going to be able to deal some decent damage if you do miss the plants and you hit the ground near them. And he's also got a great splash radius as well, so you don't need to be nowhere near as close as, for example, the painter, and still deal a decent amount of damage to the plants. So for this plumber character, you don't need to be a hugely accurate character, and you're still going to be able to get a lot of vanquishes. Now, he's also great if there are a lot of plants together playing an objective game mode such as Suburbanation. Because of that splash damage, you're going to be able to take a lot of them out with a few hits. So that, guys, is my top 5 engineers. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Like I did say, this isn't my favorite class. It's probably my least favorite class on the zombie side, and may even be my least favorite class in Garden Warfare 2 itself. So let me know your top 5 in the comment section down below. Once again, sorry for not having a video out last week, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.